this is our contribution to the community and to LinkedIn, as it paid off so much in terms of ABM and how this works out. So hopefully this will be valuable for all of our audience out there. It's our first real live LinkedIn conference, so let's see how this plays out. Today we have an amazing topic, which is prospecting with AI. That being said, as this topic is really rich, we've kind of exceeded our initial capacity on Zoom, so we're just going to accept our live audience. Now, in this session, myself, Oana, and Daniel will have a bit of an intro, a brief recap of the first session, which is available unrecorded for anyone that wants to check it out. And we'll dive deep into ABS. I know, just another interesting term, but you'll figure out soon enough what that is. We will talk about personalization and predictive insights and how you can seamlessly integrate AI tools into your ABM processes. As you must know from the first session, I'm Loredana Nicolae. I have over 20 years of experience in marketing management for B2B companies. I'm a CEO, an entrepreneur. I have a few businesses in tech and in digital marketing. I'm a board member on different NGOs and a member of the Forbes Business Council and the Entrepreneurs Organization. As usual, we're going to start with a bit of an icebreaker. So if you don't recognize me, this is me on LinkedIn. And as you can figure out, this was recently produced with an add-on in ChatGPT. If you stay by the end, I'm going to be happy to share our very own ChatGPT-S, which we just finished programming the other day, and we're happy to share it with the follower community. Most of you are here because you answered the calling on LinkedIn, or you found some of this content interesting, and I hope it's going to pay off dividends in terms of your time and attention for today. A quick recap of our first session. So in our first session, we did the general overview of what ABM is and how AI plays into the ABM process. As you know, ABM is account-based marketing that we use in large accounts, B2B sales, high-ticket, high-value sales. We can use AI to make everything better and faster. We shared last time from some of the latest research from HubSpot and others that AI saves a lot of time, around 12 hours at least from some marketing people, but I think even double the number of that as it goes to my own experience. It can broaden your audience. You can win more deals. It can help you generate personalized and valuable content. You can definitely improve all of the customer journey and experience with the by leveraging AI. And we mentioned last time, and we're going to talk today a bit more about the way you use AI, because there's a very simplistic one way of using AI, which is, of course, ChatGPT. But even there's different levels of using it. So you have the basic features, which exhaust really quickly. That's why even ChatGPT had an amazing adoption on the first, let's say, first couple of months of the year, but then the adoption curve started dropping, right? Because people couldn't use it, like most people couldn't use it more than that, which goes to show that, you know, because AI can write a blog, you still have to know what prompts to give it, that it really needs a persona, it needs a tone of voice, it still needs to show that you're specialized or you have some skills. And that is actually the job of a marketer. So basically, we're now going above the basic task into a smarter use of AI. And I'm happy to report this is actually what we're going to tackle today. And today I'm going to talk a bit more about AI in prospecting. Now, what's the difference between AI in ABM, which is account-based marketing, and AI in sales or prospecting, especially our topic for today, and that is actually ABS. Well, as it turns out, ABS is actually ABM with a sales, let's say, spin on it. It involves focusing on specific high-value accounts and personalizing all of your sales strategy to meet their needs. And why do we do that? Because as data shows, even today, most of the sales in B2B high tickets still come from large accounts, like sometimes over 80%. So even though you're doing active prospecting, most of the sales in B2B high tickets still comes from existing accounts. So we, even more than before, we're focusing a lot on bringing more value to our current accounts. Now, as it shows that this year, we have longer sales cycle. Rain Group did this study where they show how long the sales cycle went above what we used to know. And from data from Salesforce, from HubSpot, we understand that at least 43% reported a really large sales cycle with timelines that overpass even 12 months. So what used to be a sales cycle of 3 months or 6 months now goes over 12 months. And it's basically the close rate, the sales rate started decreasing, okay? Even though today, let's say AI is making it easy to compare tools, to compare vendors. So from the customer perspective, it's easier. Still, because of that, because of so much noise, because the customer has so much information and doesn't know how to differentiate between different offers, many times even 96% of the customers and prospects do their own research before even asking a sales rep of a company, and 71% prefer to do this research without ever asking a sales rep, right? We actually reported in a B2B conference 2 years ago, even I think it was even before the pandemic, that the behavior of the customer changes. And what that means is that you have to have self-service tools. You have to have tools that the customer uses to self-identify, self-diagnose their need or their problem or their opportunity. And though that goes into chatbots, that goes into free demos, that goes into case studies, and a lot of tools that we're going to discuss in a short while. Now, 82% of the sales pros still are preferring to build relationships and connect to other people. They would prefer to use AI to spend less time on manual tasks and to be even more efficient in their role. While high performance that use AI are twice and sometimes 3 times more effective than underperformers because they use AI. So this is how important it is to use AI in prospecting and in sales. It saves quite a bit of time, makes the prospecting person, all the sales effort, it makes it easier. And of course, you get this also job satisfaction, because you can focus more on what you love to do and less on common administrative tasks, as it's shown right now from the data that we have. Now, how is buyer behavior changing in B2B? This is a very, very important aspect that we need to consider, because, buyers in this information age, they prefer, as I mentioned, self-service tools. And we said that those can be product demos, right? which we used to have. But before, you know, it was difficult to bring someone to a demo. Right now, people prefer to have a demo, but because it is a self-service tool, you'd better have an AI-powered demo, an interactive demo that someone can test and try by themselves. So they don't like sales-conducted demos. Then there's the free trials. This is one of my favorites. My own experience is that free trials are some of the most effective things that you can use today in terms of providing some value to your customers, especially if you are in SaaS. Free trials are the way to go. I don't prefer the freemium model. I still think that that has to be a limited time. But anyway, even freemium, if you can afford it, is a good tool. Mind you, freemium is a marketing tool. So basically, freemium is good when it can help you build awareness. Freemium is not good if you have a forever free offering that doesn't lead anywhere, okay? So right now, what I say is free trials are better than freemium. And ideally in SaaS in particular, but even in big B2B sales, if you can provide free trials, those would be awesome. Case studies, customer storytelling with video testimonials, like well-written, well-documented testimonials that maybe are partially improved with AI. And of course, that pass through a human, let's say, check. Let's not leave it all to the AI. Buyers are better informed than ever. So they're using AI to research your competition. Now, if you notice, most of your competition has chatbots and user reviews. Chatbots and conversational AI is one of the things that you must do. We showed this a few years ago that millennials, even when working in B2B or interacting with B2B sales, they prefer to do their own thing, and they don't prefer to talk to a human, but they prefer to message with a chatbot, right? So ideally, implement chatbots, and there's a ton of tools about that. Oana and Daniel will present some of the tools that you can use in your approach. But yes, use chatbots, and please take care of your reputation. User reviews are becoming more and more important. I don't think you've ever been lately to a hotel without checking the reviews, right? And hotels are not such a big sale as when you buy technology. So please make sure that you are definitely using the customer reviews in your own time. Now, we mentioned in the beginning that there is smart uses of AI and there's basic uses of AI. And we said that basic uses are things like, how can you discover contact? How can you perhaps draft some content that's interesting, like email outreach and so on. But AI has made salespeople more effective by automating these routine tasks, right? By providing, let's say, sales and prospecting people deeper insights into a variety of topics. Okay, so if I'm a prospecting person and I want to help a customer, I don't want to go to ChatGPT and use it in a basic model, because this is something my customer can do as well. What I like is those, let's say, power additions that I can get with AI, which is getting some account strategy and intelligence. Okay, so account strategy and mapping is paramount. Understanding who is critical in the account. How do I tackle this account? What's the best way to enter? Who is an influencer into the account? How can I get a referral and a recommendation there? We already know that if we get a referral into an account, we have a third to a fourth chance of getting into a meeting. I prefer to use AI to understand emotions, for example. So I have, for example, AI add-on to Zoom to understand how everybody else in the virtual room fears and how they react to whatever I'm saying. And if I am too boring and I talk too much. So please use AI in a smarter way. Don't use it in a basic way, because this is something your customers do as well. I love identifying buyer intent and the stage of the purchase that they're in, because this is one of the things that ensures that I'm not there just to have a nice chit chat, but I am there to serve a need, to actually use my time and their time for a purpose. Use AI for competitive analysis and dig deeper than the general, what's my competitor doing right now, but perhaps understanding, what strategy they have and what tying out some of their social media activity and some of their news and so on, to understand what's happening, what new industry they're tackling, what is their strategy long term, and so on. And one of the latest thing that I used it for is predicting objections. So basically, because we have a history in our CRM of an account, and we have some targeted accounts. For example, if it's time for renewal, or if it's time to sell something more, then I basically take the history, run it through an AI, and that AI can predict some of the questions and some of the objections that they had, because they did this before, right? It can also predict the sales cycle. It can predict quite a lot of things. There's a ton of tools of ABM enriched with AI, and I'd be happy to talk, an hour about that, but we don't have an hour. We're trying to make it quick and effective. So we will move on to the next portion of this presentation. However, what's interesting is that right now there's an average of 5 decision makers involved in a sales process, even with small and medium companies. And what that means is that you have more people to convince than it used to be. So with small, medium size, B2B, high ticket, it was higher. In high enterprise, it's bigger than this. So we're just talking small and medium size. Now, you might wonder, sales cycles are long. What's happening here? It seems like it's the doomsday. So the size of the deal decreases, the sales cycle increases. Most of the deals are small, even and this is ABM research, right? So it's ABM and ABS, so basically account-based sales and marketing. Most of the people upsell, they don't get that easily new accounts. Why, how would this look like? How can I use this to make a strategy for my business to be successful, have stable increase in accounts, and so on? Now, first thing to understand is that we need smaller entry points, okay? So it used to be that we spend a year and 8 months, let's say, to sell $1.5 million deals. Not the case anymore. The world become much more agile, and in this century, we need smaller entry points, even to the freemium model, right? Something that you can test, you can try, and you can get into the account really, really easy. Always think with the upsell in mind, and more than upsell, try to transform your good customers into your own advocates. See how you can upsell through them. See how you can get referrals, but don't do it like in a simplistic way. That works as well. Many people don't ask for referrals. So, old tactics still play out. Do ask for referrals. However, for example, let's say I'm connected to Oana, and Oana is connected to Daniel, and I have an AI that tells me that Daniel is changing positions. I can ask Oana to introduce me, and knowing what the new position is for Daniel, I can get into, a really nice, let's say, consulting job for Daniel to make his new entry on his new role easier. Or I can provide something that's more value, that I can build a trusting relationship with Daniel so that I can upsell from there. So let's use this in a smarter way. As you can see here, cross-selling still works, and there's like 52% of sales pros use sales enablement content, right? Because we're going to talk about content, please understand that content becomes paramount. Content for the customer to realize, you know, why is this valuable, how they should use it, what's the best and easiest way to use it, how are they going to realize their own goals by using our technology, our services, and so on. So the place and role of personalized good content, sales enablement content, is still paramount. 52% of sales pros use sales enablement content. 79% say that sales enablement content is the one helping them make a sale. So let this sink in for a while, okay? So more than half of the sales performers say that they use sales enablement content, that Oana is going to talk to you about quite extensively, and almost 80%, 79% of these people say that this content is very important to them making a sale, okay? This is how important content still is, but it's quality content. Now, we know ChatGPT or tools like it can provide content, but quality content means something different, and you're going to hear Oana talking extensively about this. We're now wondering, perhaps, what is effective content, right? What is effective content for prospecting with AI? Well, the research from HubSpot and Salesforce and many others say that the most important content for prospecting with AI is, of course, social media content. Now you're going to say, well, social media, you know, what this has to do with ABM? It has a lot to do, because this is why we're live on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is our bread and butter. And for most of the high ticket sales, LinkedIn is paramount. Even if you go to a face-to-face conference, if you don't have a steady presence on LinkedIn, a thought leadership profile, a profile that inspires, that brings value, and so on, nobody will know about you. So even if you go to a live conference, no matter how interesting the live conference is, if you don't have a social media presence today on Twitter, on LinkedIn, and so on, and really well, you know, valuable, something that people go to find information, to get content, to get learnings, then it's going to be a harder sale and a harder prospecting effort. Market research is very valuable, and right now we can leverage AI to do quite quickly market research. I'm going to share how, for example, our own ChatGPT helped the customer do in 1 hour amazing market research, which you will be able to leverage as well. Reviews are very important. As I said, user reviews are paramount, testimonials, things like that. Those, but again, really well written. It doesn't have to be just 2 words, I like that, although that's valuable, and most customers would say that, right? We can assist our customers in providing a more qualitative review, okay? We give them a scenario, we do a prior interview, we make them understand what's valuable for us. We also incentivize them some way to help us with a review. Okay, so we're not expecting a blank, let's say, traction just because we ask for a review. Product demos are, again, one of the most effective content for prospecting with AI, as I mentioned before. Again, demos that may be AI enabled. This is a good use of AI because, as we saw in the beginning, customers, even in B2B, even in high ticket sale, prefer to do their own research, right? So a demo allows them to do their own research. And what are some of the channels? Meeting in person, of course, not surprising. So even though AI has made us more effective in automating things, we appreciate even more a person-to-person conversation, even if it's via Zoom. And if it is via Zoom or, I don't know, Google Hangouts or whatever platform you use, please make it on video and make it real. Don't, chatbots and things like that, which makes it really depersonalized. Phone calls still work out great, even better. Like during the pandemic, phone calls worked better than before, which was awesome. Nobody was calling, but the ones that were high performers. Email works still good. Social media, video calls, short form video, as we mentioned in our such courses, work amazing. And this can be AI enabled. Probably you'll hear from Daniel talking about such tools. And of course, live chat tools. This shouldn't be surprising to any of us because this is what we use. So what we use works for our customer as well. I made it a point here to underline that AI without human intervention will get to a sales process that's taking quite a lot. It's irrelevant. It's depersonalized. Nobody really likes to be sold by a robot, especially in high-ticket sales. So do you use AI responsibly in a smart way? And I'd love to maybe underline a quick action plan. I know I'm way over time, but hopefully Oana and Daniel still have the energy to follow this. But I love to leave you with an advanced ABS strategy with AI. So what I think is the best use of AI into this context, right? So whatever we talked about and how we can formulate a strategy to reach out to our customers in a way that is human, but still leverages all the uses of the technology. So first of all, reach out to customers in a really human-to-human manner, okay? Then use AI to research the account, to craft personalized content, to predict the best time to reach out, to train your prospecting people. It's an amazing tool. Things like gong.io are awesome tools to train the prospecting people. Of course, always do your research before the meeting with AI. Of course, a research that could take hours before right now takes just 5 minutes with AI. So still use AI, but in a smart way. Use value-driven sales, consultative approach. Try to help your customer and build trust before trying to sell them out. Know the customers as humans, right? So for example, we all have a sixth sense for AI crafted outreach, right? You must have received an email that was written AI all over it, okay? So even if you write it with AI, take another shot at it, look at it. Is this your own way of writing? Feed the AI with as many of your communications as possible so that it does personalize the message in a way that's crafted by you, right? And then your review is going to be easier. And of course, set up face-to-face meetings. And if it's online, at least open the camera so that everybody can see everybody else. And hopefully this is like a really quick plan on how you can leverage the ABS strategy. But again, we explore so many more topics in our longer ABM course. Oana is going to take over right now, and she's going to share a bit about how you personalize and craft all of this content. And I'll be back at the end of this session to add a few more things. Please, Oana.
Thank you so much, Loredana, and for your warm introduction and the very interesting information. I'm Oana Lefter. I am one of Loredana's partners at NNC Services. So I've been in growth marketing for tech companies for quite a while, ever since, going viral was meant just catching a cold, which is one thing that we're all struggling with in November. um, when I'm not, steering the business wheel, I like to share marketing wisdom as a trainer at B2B Academy and as a coach. And when it comes to AI, I'm not just a fan, I'm really an ambassador for it. I believe in technology that doesn't just, beep and buzz, but makes a real difference. Like that robot they say they're gonna build and finally we'll find our missing socks. So here's to making the future not just smart, but also meaningful. I am going to dive into a topic that's not only fascinating, but also changing the way we do marketing and sales in business in general, which is personalization and predictive insights. Now, I promise I'll try not to make this a lecture about how AI is wonderful. We all know it's amazing. Instead, let's explore how we can use AI as a tool and how we can transform it into that friend that knows us so well, but most importantly, knows our customers so well that they're finishing their thoughts. So first up, I'm going to talk about AI-driven customer profiling. Imagine having that, crystal ball that doesn't just predict the future, it also tells you everything about your customers' preferences, their behavior, their needs. That's AI in customer profiling. And this is actually based on data, obviously. By analyzing customer data, AI can help us create first these detailed profiles. And this is not just, about knowing, like in B2C, that John likes blue shirts. It's about really understanding what they prefer in terms of content, in terms of channels to be outreach to, and so on. Moving on, the next topic will be predictive market analysis. Here, AI is that oracle, right? And it's not just about understanding trends, it's about forecasting future ones. And I'm going to share with you, when I get to that topic, some very interesting case study, a famous e-shopping company that's already using this quite well. And apparently this is going to be replicated into B2B quite soon. And last but not least, we'll talk about customized content creation with AI. This is where AI really gets, or it's starting to get creative. And the most important thing is that combined with customer profiling and data, all this will bring to a very, very custom, but also scalable approach in marketing and sales towards your customers. So let's get going about the initial topic, AI-driven customer profiling. It's basically like having this super detector, right, that reveals the hidden patterns in your customer data. And consider this, Salesforce State of Connected Customer report shows that 66% of customers actually expect you as businesses to understand their unique needs. So this is basically an expectation from the other side. And that's where AI steps in. It enables us to meet these expectations by analyzing data in some ways that we can no longer do it manually, because obviously we're talking about a lot of data out there. And for sales and marketing teams, obviously this means a revolution. With AI, we're really moving further from those broad strokes to fine art in targeting customers. And it's about crafting nuanced personas and making every marketing move a strategic decision rather than, just a hopeful guess. And I wanted to share something, just off the shelf, very quickly, very easy to use. And these are our most, let's say, favorite prompts for customer profiling we use here at NNC. First up, it's the industry-specific challenges and solutions prompt. This is where we put on our detective hats, and the task is to identify these top 3 challenges faced by companies in a specific industry this year. Or why not ask about what's going to happen next year, because we are now in the middle of November. We're really close to the end of the fourth quarter, and everybody is preparing their plans for next year. So this is really a good time to start using these tools if you haven't done it throughout this year. So understanding what are some specific challenges, but also what are some solutions. So I say you give it a go, see how it goes. Obviously, you can refine it. You can use ChatGPT or any other generative AI tool you have out there. Next, we have this customer journey analysis prompt, which is really, really interesting. This is where we walk in our customers' shoes, for a mid-sized company in a specific sector. What does this journey look like when they seek out a product or service like ours? And this journey could involve, factors like budget constraints, the need for customization or integration, and so on. And understanding this journey helps us tailor our approach. And finally, the market trends and predictions prompt. This is another, crystal ball moment. It's about analyzing current trends in a particular field. And I bet you when we tested this in various projects, we noticed we gain access to information that we haven't been able to find on another channel or in another way. And so, for example, if we're looking at AI in retail, we might predict trends like, personalized shopping experiences powered by AI and so on. So this isn't just about foreseeing the future, it's about preparing for it and ensuring our communication or marketing is still relevant, and not just relevant, but also kind of ahead of the game. And I wanted to share just a couple of AI tools for customer profiling. There are several out there, but these are the ones that we tested: Persona Gen and Persona GPT. Persona Gen can be used in cases like, creating user personas for website design, even developing mobile apps for specific target audiences, designing products with user-centered approach. Persona GPT is another very interesting one, and it's more on the side of understanding the customer needs, their preferences, and identifying potential new business. So and obviously there are some others out there. I suggest you to test them. Most of them have free versions, and they're really useful, especially like I said, when we are planning our next steps for the following year. Now, focusing on our next topic, predictive market analysis. First, let's consider the rapid expansion of predictive analytics. It's valued at about $2 billion. It's increasingly in sectors like healthcare, retail, and IT. So this growth definitely shows the rising importance of data-driven decision-making across all these different fields. AI and deep learning, talking about viral, right, are at the forefront of this change, especially in marketing. They enable us to predict consumer behavior even more accurately. But the real game changer here is hyper-personalization. By analyzing all this customer data, deep learning helps us tailor marketing strategies to all these individual preferences. Just a second.
Sure, Oana. I really find it interesting how you can do this hyper personalization through data, and basically how deep learning can enable, for example, if you have, let's say, your own database of customers, like a CRM with extensive history, with, how accurate it can predict the behavior of one of your customers, and how you can feed it a series of emails or offers. Or I've tested this, for example, in negotiations of a large deal recently, and it played out wonderful because it gave me like the 5 steps that the customer would expect, but it also said, don't feed this right away, so just sequence it out. And I did sequence it out, but it needed like a couple of years of history of that customer to be able to know what's the best way to sequence out these stages. So I love how we can use this for even predicting how they behave and the value of the sale. Like, it could predict what is the value of the sale for that account, like what would they be open to spend on this particular contract. So yeah, you're definitely right.
Yeah, and it's definitely mind-blowing. And going further from what you've just mentioned, there is this, case study, which is Amazon's predictive system. They patented this a while back, and it's really the next step. We've all ordered product on Amazon, and they always seem to kind of nail those recommended items, and they're taking it a step further. So they took out this patent on a new predictive ordering technology that will be able to order products you want before you know you want them, right? So their predictive AI is becoming so advanced that they know what consumers want to buy before they do. And I'm pretty sure this is going to be quite soon translated to B2B because it's all based on data, right? If you have the right data, you can see a pattern. So this is known as anticipatory shipping, and this technology definitely takes advantage of this massive customer data pool that Amazon has. And what AI has helped us do is actually analyze this massive amount of data and come up with some very, very interesting tools. They are definitely game changing. So they're reading their minds, guys. They know better than we know what we want to purchase. Now let's talk about something really cool, which is customized content creation with AI. This is, the favorite topic of marketers and copywriters nowadays. And I'm going to throw some impressive numbers here. So first off, adoption and efficiency. Apparently, 65% of bosses are jumping on this bandwagon for content creation. And why? Because it slashes their workload by almost 60%. It's like, giving your content team a superpower minus the cape. Now, market growth and cost savings. AI in marketing is not just playing in the big leagues, it's, hitting home runs. We're talking a value of almost $16 billion projected to balloon to over 100 billion by 2028. And here's the kicker. It cuts content costs by 40%. So it's, stacking dollars. And lastly, let's not forget personalization and SEO optimization. A solid 72% of people out there want content that says to them, hey, I was made just for you. And with AI-driven SEO, we're not just, shooting arrows in the dark. We're really, really focused. So in a nutshell, using AI in content creation isn't just smart. I know there's a lot of debate around that, but it's really a no-brainer for using it. So a quick dive into this. First, AI-driven content generation, tools like GPT-4 are like your multitasking buddies, and all the people in our copywriting team are using it. They whip up everything from blog posts to tweets, matching the style and tone they need or the customers need. It's definitely not like, giving a pen to a robot and watching it write Shakespeare, but it's more like having a really smart parrot that can mimic any writing style. And if you use the right prompts and you teach it well, and if you build a GPT, the newly added features, it will definitely give you quite a qualitative type of content. Then there's content personalization through AI. So this is like, a good DJ reading the room, or in this case, user data, if you have a good CRM in place and a good database, to play just the right song based on what they know about the customer, those tokens, that information, those keywords they were looking for. And it's about making stuff that resonates because it feels like it was just made for you. And lastly, AI in SEO. Gone are the days where we were just, stuffing keywords or competing on keywords. AI-powered SEO, I think it's going to be quite a future in this area, because I believe it will be able to predict search engine behaviors and also help you navigate, these waters of a lot of AI-produced content and so on. So in a nutshell, AI content creation is a bit like this, Swiss Army knife. It helps you, it's very versatile, efficient, and kind of cool. If you're not using it, or you didn't get a chance to use it so far, or you're not happy with what you've gotten in terms of result, I strongly advise you to put some time aside while building your content plan for next year and see how you can integrate it into a smarter way. And here are some prompt examples we use for custom content creation. Persona-specific case studies. This is about creating a case study that really speaks to your target buyer persona. Now, obviously, it's important to have first your buyer personas created, but once you have them, you can definitely use AI to tell a story where your product or service solves specific problems for that character. Next, solution-focused blog posts. The idea is here to write blog posts tailored to the pain points and the needs of your target buyer persona in a specific industry. And finally, email campaigns. And now this one's about crafting personalized emails to your target buyer persona. Each email should focus on topics and solutions that are relevant to their interest. And more than that, this is, just a sample prompt for a generative AI solution. But when this is integrated with a CRM, and Daniel will show you later a very interesting tool that's integrated with HubSpot, then you can definitely use and pull all that data from the database to generate custom content in a very, very automated manner. On this slide, you'll see, logos of some well-known tools, like we use Jasper, for instance, Copy AI, AnyWord. There are many tools out there. I advise you to test several and see what works best for your team, for your business. And obviously, I'd love to hear from you and what you are using. So if you're watching us on LinkedIn Live, feel free to drop us a comment or send us a message and let us know about your own experience. And obviously, if you have any type of questions or you think I can help you with anything content related or with predictive analysis, reach out to me on LinkedIn. Let's connect and let's talk more. And now I will pass the baton to my colleague Daniel, who is going to show you some very interesting hands-on tools you can implement right away.
Thank you, Oana, and thanks everybody for tuning in for so long of you so far. I know I'm always the last one to showcase some tools, and I'm always happy to have the audience that are still geared in with our show. Well, let me share my screen.
You are the cherry on the cake, Daniel. We keep the best for last.
I surely hope so. So, for those of you who didn't join last time, I'm Daniel. I've been with NNC for quite a few years. I have a combined 15 years of IT sales and marketing experience. I'm currently a client success manager at NNC, so I take care of some of our big accounts, and I'm also bringing new business to NNC by clearly by using these tools that I'm showcasing every time. I'm integrating this automation, and I'm trying to streamline and automate almost everything over here, so that I make my life easier. And prospecting is a part of my daily activity. That's why today I want to talk about AI's role in identifying key stakeholders within these target accounts that we're looking for. And also chatbots and AI-driven communication tools for this initial engagement. One of the tools that I want to talk to you about today is called ChatSpot. And as you can probably imagine, is a merger between HubSpot and OpenAI's natural language generative processor. That's why today I wanted to showcase a little bit its capabilities. It is designed to assist you with your business goals and marketing goals as well. So it combines this OpenAI's database, ChatGPT, and also DALL-E. So you can also generate content and images to help you better prospect the companies and target these big accounts with this custom content. Clearly, this is what you want to do, personalize everything. And also you can tap into capabilities like leads, contacts, reports, if you have it set up with your HubSpot account. So you don't need necessarily to be a HubSpot customer or to have a free account with HubSpot. You can use ChatSpot for its other capabilities, but if you want to tap into the CRM functions, you need to connect it to your HubSpot account, and I'm going to showcase exactly what you can do over there as well. Let me switch the share. So this is ChatSpot interface. As you can see, I have this initial login page where I can just click login. Clearly, it ties up with our HubSpot account as well, but you can always register for a free account. Take in consideration that right now the HubSpot team is analyzing their requests in batches of 100. So it might take a few days until they approve your request to join the community, but clearly you will have all the functionalities available once you're there. So without further ado, let me test out a few prompts for you, and let's hope that it's also going to reply in a decent amount of time, because sometimes as everybody from all time zones, including especially the US time zones, when they tap in, sometimes it takes some time to reply to your prompt. But right now I have asked it to find me 10 cybersecurity companies in Warsaw, for example, with more than 100 employees. And it has given me the results, including tags like what they do and the industry and clearly employees, because this is what I asked. As you can see, there's not going to be any small companies over here. The year it was founded, and these are things. Once again, if I have it connected with my my HubSpot CRM account, I can add this to HubSpot clearly, and I can do more research on based on each account. Then I can use the same prompt and say, find me 10 cybersecurity companies in Warsaw with more than 100 employees that use HubSpot, for example. Because at NNC, we are a full stack digital marketing agency, and we provide HubSpot related services, a full array of HubSpot related services and licensing models. So maybe I want to find these companies that are using HubSpot so I can approach them directly, so I don't have to, go through their websites and use tools like BuildWith and things like that and try to figure out if they're running a HubSpot environment. So right now, I just asked it to give me 5 cybersecurity companies so that it doesn't take that long. Okay, so I have these companies right now. Clearly, I know about them, that they're using HubSpot. I can target them with the right message, hopefully at the right time, So I can ask it to draft me these messages for my outreach, or I can clearly after I'm done with that, I can look at I don't know, look at the contacts that are assigned to me in this CRM functions. I can ask it to split leads by source, for example, so the leads that are coming to my username under direct traffic, offline sources, things like that. So leads that are coming to me. For these leads, let's think that I want to ask it to I don't know, add a contact, or I'm at a meeting, so I want to add a company, add test company with John Doe at test company with note met at conference, for example. Okay, so now I have this added to the following company, and I have this contact that also has a note. So I'm on the go. Maybe I'm doing some events, things like that. I'm talking to people, and I just wanted to add it to my contact database. This would be in a nutshell, but I can do even more things, like ask it to maybe give me some information about some companies. So maybe what PPC keywords does Canva.com buy, for example, and it will tell me exactly what are they doing in terms of SEO and performance campaigns. So I know exactly what to target and see exactly where they put more accent on their line of services. Maybe I want to I don't know, create an image of an AI technology with technology companies uniting their efforts for the greater good. These are all prompts that I wrote earlier. I'm just pasting them for the sake of saving some time. And right now, let's see exactly. So this is what it's generating. So if there's a lot of tools right now, and a lot of them you need to pay for a subscription to generate images, AI images, like the DALL-E model that ChatSpot is using. But over here, you can do it for free, and you can use this in your compelling materials that you want to design for these accounts that you're targeting clearly. So there's very few things that you cannot ask ChatSpot to do in ChatGPT as well. So they link in between each other. And the extra thing that ChatSpot brings to the table is that it links to your CRM as well. So like I told you, analyzing your traffic, looking at your leads, looking at assigned leads, just grabbing contacts on the go and not having to log into your HubSpot portal and things like that are actions that ChatSpot can provide to you. And also in this other area of generating images, generating content, clearly you can link this prompts with generating content. For example, I can ask it to generate a blog article to link our activities at NNC Services with one of our customers, and just send it to my customers and say, listen, this is a short preview or a short recap of what we've been doing for you for the last couple of months. Let me know if you feel that that it's okay for us to publish this blog post and do a cross promotion between our companies. And it's only about exploring, and clearly, like Oana and Loredana were saying as well, AI is only as good as the user behind the interface is feeding him information and giving it more prompts and more data to work with. Clearly, AI, once again, this is one of my mottos: AI will not take over our jobs, but a person that knows how to use AI really good will probably take over our jobs for sure. Once again, clearly, if there's any questions, feel free to ping me on LinkedIn. I will leave my LinkedIn profile and also my meetings link, so you can book me for a one-on-one almost any time of the day. Stop my sharing now.
Nice, thanks so much, Daniel and Oana. This has been an amazing learning. I watched carefully, you know, how you unveiled some very practical ways to leverage AI for prospecting. I love the hyper personalization. I love using tools. You know, they're tools. Technology is a tool. AI is a tool. It cannot replace humans. But as you mentioned, you know, a human that, you know, has these tools will probably be as valuable as a dozen that don't know how to engage it in a smart way. With that in mind, we are starting to build our own tools, and although this is one of our contributions to the business ecosystem, and we love to bring valuable content like this, and we hope that if you like it, you leave comments and you will tell us what else you'd be interested to hear, and you know, how are you using some of this. So one thing to learn best is to have right now a moment where you jot down like a thought, this is how I'm going to implement some of what I've learned today, right? So this is the best way you learn. Just write down, you know, I'm going to use one of Oana's prompts, okay? Or I'm going to sign up for ChatSpot or something. And on top of that, we're actually going to leave in the comments on LinkedIn link to our own ChatGPT as I shared in the first course. And again, the recording is available. It was really valuable as well. And we got the feedback of almost 10 out of 10 in terms of how valuable it was for the participants. I'm going to leave our own ChatGPT-S link that you can use to devise your own ABM strategy, to devise your own infographics, to devise your own outreach to a customer. It's really complex because we feed it a lot of the information of what a marketing consultant does, and you know, it's going to ask some of the more in-depth questions, for example, that you need to explore. For as Oana was saying, okay, you need to give it the buyer persona, but do you really know the buyer persona? If not, we're always here to help and assist you. But hopefully this tool will help you at least go through the first steps, or at least know where you need to help to bring up your ABM game. On behalf of NNC and B2B Academy, thank you so much for your time. We look forward to seeing you, to hearing from you. We love to help. We love to contribute. So do let us know if you have questions, if you'd like us to tackle more topics, and do stay in touch. We'll be back next week, but with a regional session. We have been asked to have a regional session, so we're going to have a closed session for next week, strictly to country, and we're probably going to do that a bit more often in the future. So if you wanna, I don't know, a specific session for your own company or a specific session for your own community and so on, again, do let us know. We'd love to contribute. Thank you. Talk to you soon. See you in the comments on LinkedIn and on the videos and so on. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Guys, see you.
Have a good one.